What's up guys, Everything Apple Pro here, and Apple has been making slow and steady progress on their iOS 9 operating system. We're less than a month away from final release, we're already on iOS 9 Beta 5, and every single day, people are finding more and more hidden features. Now going off of the 100 I've already shown you, here are even 50 more hidden features that we found in iOS 9. Many of these you wouldn't even notice without activating some sort of a hidden gesture or holding something longer, so it's really interesting to see how these all come together and make iOS 9 a better interface for everybody. These are brand new features. A lot of these I guarantee you will not know about. Some of these I have shown you in my beta preview videos, but I've compiled the next top 50 hidden features in iOS 9, so this makes this a part 3. Anyways, let's go ahead and jump right in. Now, since my last 50 hidden features video, Apple did actually add a new news application. So this new news application pretty much allows you to see all of your favorite content and publishers in one place. It'll compile them depending on your interests, so you can get a great place to read your news in the best, most interactive way. Apple has updated their wallpapers in this latest beta version. So there are 15 brand new wallpapers, and they've removed a lot of the old wallpapers and the very first iOS 9 beta wallpaper. The iPad has a new wallpaper selection screen, so it's become a lot simpler. All of your options are right here. So they've simplified these steps and added one bar to replace everything with. Now here's something I didn't know previously. When trying to write a review for any application in the App Store, Apple will not allow it if you're on an iOS 9 beta version. Now this is great because some of the issues could be coming from your device, and Apple doesn't want to tarnish the developer's reputation using a beta version. Now when you're in this app card view and you plug in headphones, your device will actually recommend a certain application for you to go ahead and activate with those headphones. And now here's something I bet you didn't know. Your device can differentiate between different types of headphones. So if you use different headphones at the gym, your device will recommend a different application for you depending on your usage. This is all part of proactivity, and it's really cool. So let's say you use Spotlight at the gym with your in-ear earbuds. It'll recommend a different application over here instead of the music application. If you use these during the day at work, it'll recommend the music application for you right here. So really cool, and it all depends on your usage. Now handoff has been added to the app card view as well. So very similar to this music recommendation right here, depending on which application you're using on your Mac or your iPad, you can transfer that application over and begin where you left off on your device from the app card view as well. I can't show it to you right now because I can't get it working, but not only is it available on the lock screen from the left slide up, it's also available in app card view right now as well. Now we all know back to search. It's that little button up here when you search for something or are redirected to a different application, it'll take you back to the application, saving you time. Well, there's another one very similar to it on the other side. So in Safari, whenever you open up an application and you have it on your device, you can actually go back to Safari up here and use the Safari version instead of the application if you so choose. That is really neat. Are you guys tired of this crap where you go to an application, you just get pop-up after pop-up, you can't go back, it just keeps opening up ads? Well, Safari not only can prevent you from getting redirected to the App Store, it can actually content block Safari websites and prevent pop-ups for certain websites where you get certain applications. So once or twice after you get pop-ups in an application, it'll prompt you with a prompt that says, do you want to pop block-ups from this website? And you can go ahead and click block. Really cool. Now something many of you guys will thank Apple for in the latest version of iOS 9, when using a private tab and going into another application and you go into your app switcher, it will now be blank. So you cannot see what was going on in that private tab unless you go into it and click on it. Now in Safari, if you've got something saved to your clipboard and you want to paste it and go search, this saves you a few seconds of time. Just hold on the bar and select paste and search. So whatever you have copied, it will go ahead and search for that. Really, really useful. This is actually, if you have a link copied, you can actually do that and it'll say paste and go. So now you can easily go to that link instead of having to go into here and selecting all of it and then pasting it. It's actually a lot simpler than that. In iOS 9, when you go into the share settings on any web page, you can actually save an entire web page as a PDF and then look it up later in iBooks. It's incredibly useful and it works so well. And while we're in iBooks, there's actually a new theming option. So if you click over here, there's a new auto night theme, which will adjust the page, to match the settings depending on the lighting, and it's really useful. It can save your eyes a lot of strain. Now, a very simple way to request the desktop version of a site in Safari is just to hold the refresh button over here, and then you get request desktop site. Now, when you guys get to 80% on the lock screen, your device will automatically turn off low power mode if it was previously enabled. You can easily slide that and enable it again just by clicking on that button right there. In cellular options, there's a new Wi-Fi assist option right here, which will pretty much pick up on cellular where Wi-Fi drops drops out. If your Wi-Fi signal gets low, cellular will pick up and start loading the web page or whatever you were doing to make it a seamless experience. There's a new option for Apple Music Connect in restrictions. Now, it's very useful. If it's a feature you don't like, when you actually turn it off, you can disable Connect with artists in the music application. Instead, it's replaced with Playlists tab, so it'll look just like that. The new News application now has an individual restrictions tab as well, so you can restrict usage for that. Siri can now toggle on and off both cellular and low power mode. Siri, disable cellular data. And there you go. In general settings, there is now a relocated regulatory tab. So in here are all the FCC labeling, which will pretty much allow for removal of those FCC labels on the back of the device. This isn't new, it's just been relocated to a different portion of the settings. In contacts, there's a new view for your My Card settings. So you can actually have a picture on it. So the first thing someone sees when they open up your contacts is your contact information up top. A simple usability tweak which was enabled in the Siri Spotlight search. If you slide down, you can activate the keyboard. Now in accessibility, Assistive Touch has a whole new layer of customization. So the top layer, you can customize which toggles you want to appear where and just change them to however many you want to add. It's really cool how you can customize all aspects of this. Now in iOS 9 on the keyboard, whenever you deselect the Shift key, it now has a new transparent look as well as the backspace key. So little modifications there. Now in the Photos application, there is now a new dedicated folder for both selfies and screenshots, making organization a lot easier. Now when viewing a photo in the Photo application, a very simple gesture Apple added to dismiss the photo is just to slide down. As easy as that. This is actually stolen from the Facebook application, but it works so well. Now when editing slow motion video, there's an entirely new menu to do so from down here, so you can go ahead and drag and drop as you usually would, but it's pretty much been relocated from the top to the bottom and it's a black background, so it makes editing a little bit easier. Now something I thought was extremely convenient, if you receive a flight number in your messages application and you click on it, you now get an option to preview the flight. It opens up this card, but I urge you guys, be careful. This isn't always accurate, so it could cause some worries. You know, be careful with this right now. It's obviously in beta, but this is really cool that it gives you a preview of the flight within the messages application. Super dandy. Now something incredibly useful that the Maps application will do now is it will remember your traffic habits. Now this isn't anything new, but it will recommend certain routes at certain times of the day. So say you're off of work around 7:45. It'll recommend a route for you to go home. All you need to do is slide on it and it will activate it. That could be incredibly useful. Something very, very useful that iOS 9 will do is it will give you the ability to install a software update overnight. So you no longer need to waste time. You can go ahead and schedule it to install later at night when you're sleeping, so it will not bother you. Now something that iOS 9 does when installing updates when you don't have room is it'll actually remove applications you have installed from the App Store while saving their settings. It'll go ahead and update your device to the latest version, and then it will reinstall those applications on Wi-Fi and all of your settings will be the same. So pretty much if you don't have enough room to update, iOS 9 will make the room by removing applications. It'll install the update and then clear the cache and then reinstall your old applications. In the suggestions, you will now see calendar events. So besides just contacts and applications, it will put calendar events in there as well, which could be a very great reminder. iPads now have 4x4 folders. So instead of limiting the display size to just 3x3, you now have 4x4 folders, which can be incredibly useful for jam-packing them full of applications. Now something Siri can do that's really cool. Now not only can it identify songs using the built-in Shazam, you can actually go and play it right away in Apple Music, so you have it right there in your device. Apple has also added deep linked integration into Safari. So say you're searching for a band, it will actually put that band right here, so you can go ahead and click on it and listen to it with Apple Music. In the Mail application, Apple has created a new interface for dealing with your mail. So just slide it over like this to get those options and slide it all the way to the left to easily delete your mail. Now, of course, Podcast has been redesigned. It has that new music player. This isn't anything new, but Podcast now supports player in player on iPads, on the certain iPads that do support it. So you can have it in a little screen down here while going about your business and doing other application things. Wi-Fi calling for AT&T is now supported in this latest version of iOS 9. There's a new option to shuffle all when you drag down in the new music application, so you can go ahead and shuffle all of your music with a new control up there. CarPlay has been updated with iOS 9 as well. Not only can you do it wirelessly now, you can actually heart music on Apple Music, as well as have a new interface on all CarPlay model cars. Now in the Siri Spotlight search, you now have a new interface slightly tweaked for contacts. So whenever you find a contact, you're searching for one, you no longer have a little label to text or call underneath. All it is the icon, so it makes for a cleaner look. Now there's a slightly tweaked interface for uploading data to the internet, so you now have new icons and a new look overall for the uploading section. Now disable disabling Wi-Fi on iOS 9 has a new animation. Instead of going out one by one on the bars, it just fades out completely. So it'll just turn gray and fade out just like that. Previously on iOS 8, one bar by one bar by one bar would disappear and then it would turn off. Now, if your guys' device is off and you plug in headphones, it'll power on the screen and it'll display the music application, or depending on what music application where you're at, right here. So you can easily shortcut into it just like that. And in the music application settings, you now have an option to use cellular data and to stream on high quality over cellular if you're using Apple Music. You can disable that to save data. In one of the later versions of iOS 9, you now get an option to disable that double click to activate Apple Pay on the lock screen. So if you don't want that functionality, easily disable it right here. Now, Apple has also added Siri app suggestions to the Spotlight view as well. Not only is it in the Siri Proactive view, it's also over here as well. So that functionality has been added to just the Siri Spotlight view as well. Now, you can do math and conversions not only with Siri in iOS 9, but you can actually do them even faster right here in the Siri Spotlight view. If you just type in the amount and the currency, it'll show you the translation to wherever you're at. So $57.18 is 50 euros. So now if you type in numbers as well, it'll do calculations, and apparently 8 equals 8. Thanks, Apple. And lastly, a small feature in the activity application for Apple Watch. In the month view, you can filter to workouts or all-day activity over here. So all in all, those are 50 brand new features that were found in iOS 9, and I'm sure there will be many more to come, guys. Apple keeps adding new things every single beta. So all these little features do add up to something great. iOS 9 will really be a great interface. Not only is it faster, it takes up less space, it's actually more efficient. It'll actually have a ton of new features, as you guys can see with all of these videos. Be sure to check out the other 100 hidden features if you haven't seen them already. There's a lot of interesting things in there, and I can't wait to see what else Apple will add. Hopefully you learned a few hidden features you previously didn't know about, and I cannot wait to start using iOS 9 as my daily firmware. So that'll be out in less than a month, and I cannot wait. So have a great day, guys. If you like this video, please like it, subscribe for more great content, and have a great day. Peace.